Bunkai Strategies, we have a look at the idea. What happens when we see variances between styles? Someone's going to be doing a punch like this, in another club it's going to be taught like this, and how can these things both be exactly the same? Well, they might not be, they might be completely different. Let's take it as a theory for us to look at, that they are about the same kind of idea. So the simplest kind of application we can come up with for this is that we just hit the guy twice, right? But most of us don't work our minds like that. Most of us don't get involved in something and try and hit the guy twice with the same hand. If you did, you'd probably get a really good effect, but most of us don't. If we look at the idea of pressure point theory, you actually see that you do need a little timing gap between two shots. If I use the hands very, very loosely because I'm striking the centre line, and you wouldn't do this on a female practitioner at all, then if I go in with two hands at exactly the same time, it gets me an effect, but not necessarily a great effect. If I go high and low on the same meridian, same centre line, I get a better effect. The energy is kind of doing this, and if we wanted it to backwash, I might be better off with that, because what we're getting is a result that pushes the chest forwards to make it more vulnerable. Now I think that you can easily see that if you use fists, you're going to get a better effect anyway. This was just touch for the sake of show. You should also know that the further apart it is, the less time delay I need. Right? And we're talking microseconds anyway. But if I make a big shot down here, this is coming forwards quicker. Right? Whereas if I'm working here, I actually need to get that effect so that I can see that. Right? Because otherwise it's the same, it's simultaneous. Right? So see the body as being like a big tree, and by hitting it at the bottom I'm going to make the top come forwards, and that's going to make that accessible to me. Centre line, as we say, is very, very vulnerable. Be very careful. We don't want to be hitting certainly below the belt on a woman, but you also have to watch out for the chest area with female training partners. On a guy, yeah, he should be alright, and we should always train carefully anyway. Always starting with a low power level and building up until the partner says no thanks. That's enough.